Hello, peaceful world. Here is another update from Ukraine, from a perspective from average citizen, a young mom and her precious poor baby who is sleeping now, as she is in most of my videos. Today is kind of a special occasion, I hope. I'll be able to do it today. Mia is 6 months old. She actually turned 6 months old a few days ago, and it's a very big deal for me. It's a huge deal. It's the biggest deal in my life. It's enormous, grandiose. I don't know. And I wanted to make a very special video, and I wanted to prepare a list of all the things I'm happy about and unhappy about, and I wanted to do all of it exactly the day it happened, on the 6th of March. She was born on the 6th of September. But unfortunately, Mia was sick. My husband woke up sick. Uh, Many things went wrong that morning. My mood was completely spoiled with the fucking vacuum cleaner. And all the celebratory spirit uh, vanished. But today, everybody's still sick. My husband, unfortunately, is still feeling pretty bad. Mia seems to be better. She's getting her inhalations and massages and all the sleep and breast milk she needs. So she likes this part of her treatment very much. Uh, but she's very active and happy, and it makes me happy. I think it's the main sign of her recovery, or at least of her not having some super severe kind of a problem. And as you can see, today is sunny, and it is also very, very warm. I am just shocked. It's the first day that feels like spring. I mean, I know that technically it's been only a week of spring, right? what, what are my expectations? But I'm just elated. You know how much I love the sun, and I like it when it's hot. So today, I'm not even wearing my jacket. You can see that all the people around me are wearing winter jackets. I'm not happy, really. I am not cold at all. I feel like I can take this one off because it's like plus 14, I think, Celsius. Anyways, today is about Mia, my perfect baby, uh, my joy, my pride, my worry, and yeah, what are the milestones? I had, I still have a lot of sentimental feelings about this date, about this age, 6 months, because when she was born, her older cousin, I guess yes, I think it's her cousin Alex, was already half a year old, and her little future girlfriend, I guess, who was already 3 months old, and compared to that, Mia did not look like a human. She looked like a raisin. And I adore raisins, really. You have to know that. I can eat a bag of raisins, like a bag of chips, like easily in 5 minutes. So she was my beautiful raisin, my favorite, best ever raisin, even better than California raisins. I like California raisins. But she did not quite look like a human. And when I looked at that baby that was already half a year old, and he was already starting solids, and he was already sitting and crawling, he looked like such a capable human being, and I look forward to that. And now we reached this point, and my husband and I have managed to not to kill her over 6 months. That is super fun. I had many doubts about that, many. So her sole survival with us is a thing to celebrate. As for those milestones, our cousin set the bar really high. As more experienced mothers know, not all babies sit and crawl when they are 6 months old. And Mia is not capable of that yet. But there are so many things she is capable of that I'm so happy about. Like, so many things that now were taken for granted. Like, she used to scream her lungs out at every diaper change. She was not able to fold anything, to grab anything. She cannot do that easily. She can just manipulate her uh, pacifier, I don't know, as some craftsman. And it's very sad because now it's time to give it up. And she seems to have learned to do that just a couple of days ago. So that is sad. But, anyway, we're not going to be super strict about it during her illness. Then we'll see. She now um, reacts to my pets. She loves them, especially the cat. The cat is amazing. The cat allows me to do anything with her. I try to supervise it, of course, and rescue the cat when necessary. But they are a great couple. I just love my kitties. We played a ball yesterday, and she threw it to not threw, but she pushed it towards me, I pushed it towards her, and we had that little exchange. And it looked like a real interaction, and she is really interested in it. And that is super fun. She poops and pees much less, which makes our life easier and cheaper. What else can she do? She can drink water, kind of. Uh, we're going to introduce solids this weekend. That's going to be fun. In general, I guess we'll do it primarily following this BLW method, but nothing radical. I'm against all the radical approaches, like never give sippy cups, never give straws to a baby, only this kind of a cup, only finger foods or whatever. Like, we'll start with a puree, and then we'll see. I think in a week we'll try our first pieces of something, not finger size. I know they are bigger at the beginning. So yeah, so many things to look forward to, and she's just on the border of so many new abilities, and that is so awesome. I'm so happy, and I want to celebrate every little centimeter of her body, and everything she can and cannot do, because she will be able to do it very soon. And yeah, what else do I want to celebrate? I want to celebrate us, my husband and myself, because I had many worries and concerns. Caring for a baby involves a lot of teamwork, and I'm not the best team player in general. And I think we're coping fine. And I have to give credit to my husband. He's a lot of help, and even in my best imagination, best fantasies, I think I did not imagine that we're gonna be so fine. There are different moments, and we can get emotional at times, and of course we're tired, and there are so many restrictions in our personal desires, wishes, rest, I don't know, diet in my case. I would smoke as well. So many things that are restricting us, but we are doing fine, I think. And once again, my husband is fantastic, really. And I think he should start a course on how to be a good dad and share his wisdom with others, because either intuitively or maybe he does some reading inside, I don't know. But he is just proper support, This is just proper, appropriate, enough support that I need, and that's what I get. Like, for instance, he always cuts me as nails, as you may remember, and he always prepares her for the street. He puts all the jackets on, all the 25 layers of socks, and so on. For two reasons. Like, the nails are explained by my clumsiness. Nobody trusts me with scissors and knives. Sad. I wish I could complain about it, but it's just common sense. And as for the jacket and socks, I hate this activity even for myself. Even before Mia was born, I was, and I still am, upset every winter when I have to put on these jackets and extra items of clothing to walk my dogs on myself. But doing it for one other person is very annoying for me. It's my pet peeve, okay? Putting clothes on. Mm, Not that I like to take it off, but I like as few items of clothing on my body as possible, and even trying clothes on in shops pisses me off. I can buy something lightly. So anyway, you see how much I hate it. I can talk about it for hours, and he just knows it. And I didn't have to like ask him like, from now on, only you do this because it makes me angry. But he just felt it and he helps me, and he always does it. And whenever I go for a walk, he's like, okay, I'll give me a rating. And there are dozens and dozens of tiny moments like this which are very precious. I don't even have to ask. He just, you know, does it. And functionally, he's very, very helpful. And this is like not what I saw when I was growing up. And this is not the mentality, I think, in our part of the world. But I want to believe that our generation is different, and it's not only about my wonderful husband, but when I pay attention, I see that now it's normal when both parents are present at pediatrician appointments, for instance, in the hospital. I hardly ever see just single moms going to the hospital. There's always a mom and a dad. And that is nice to know, and that is nice to see how involved fathers are. So uh, it's very cool, and I'm very happy that my husband and I are a good team. Even though uh, it takes a lot of work, for me, uh, like mentally, emotionally, psychologically. I had to reconsider a lot of things and to learn to rely on somebody and to learn to uh, put some of my desires on hold and to be very patient. And it is very easy to do it with Mia. Relatively, let's say, easier than in any under any other conditions in my life, because she makes everything feel so worth it, you know. And things that I was afraid of, being pregnant, even the things I was afraid not to cope with, uh, were true. They are hard, all the schedules and sleep routines and uh, you know this lack of freedom that now I have. Like I needed to buy a lot of stuff for replanting my plants. It's springtime, so all of my palms and ficuses and whatever need to be replanted, and it means I went to this big shop with my stroller in some weird weather, and then I was working there again with my stroller in the narrow aisles, choosing all the pots and soil. So it's a lot of this inconvenience and a lot of freedom restriction, which I love. But it is worth it. I was always afraid that it would be torture for me and I would be so unhappy and I would hate my baby for this. But no, I love her. I know that this kind of limitation is temporary, really temporary. And while uh, we're experiencing these inconveniences, there are so many amazing things happening before our eyes. And it is such a blessing to just sit and grow and acquire all of these new abilities and quirks and personality traits day by day. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I had this very big expectations for her 6 months, and she lived up to it, even though she's not sitting and crawling yet. But I'm just glad we reached it because it seemed so far, 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 far ahead. Like, oh, half a year, oh my god, don't even talk to me about that age. We are so far from it. Like, no. But no, it's already here, even though it feels like I gave birth like 2 weeks ago. So this is super cool, and I'm very happy, and I guess that's what I wanted to share, the joy. As for the not so joyful moments, this morning, this night, there was another massive rocket attack on Ukraine, and the sirens lasted like 5 or 6 hours. And at the end, and you know, there had been a very big break for us, rocket-wise. And the conclusion that my husband made this morning after it was over was like, well, you know, it wasn't that bad. I mean, like considering the tension we felt, the anxiety, it went well, you know. And it made me so sad because I also felt this way. But it's not true. It's awful. People died again. People were injured in our city as well. Infrastructure was ruined, destructive. Um, but we're so desensitized now that if we're not dead or injured or our loved ones are fine, we are kind of okay with it. You know, without the war, when we read the news about some big car accidents, we were shocked and we would be, you know, upset and kind of overthinking it for days. But now with the war, the level of sensitivity is so low. And I don't know what has to happen to really shaking us up. We're like, okay, you didn't kill me. Ha, you know, maybe next time. And this sucks, you know. This sucks. This level of sensitivity is depressing, guys. But it's another thing to celebrate, right? Like, you know, we're okay. We is okay. And the bronchitis, you know, we'll get over it. It's gonna be fine. And the fucking Russians are fucking Russians. And I hope that whoever launches it, whoever is directly involved in all of this madness happening will suffer a lot. And I do not have any excuses. Like, fortunately, I have been able to, like, reconnect with my old inner self and stop hating absolutely all of them. I'm in a transition phase. But those who are directly involved, I hope you die long, miserable death, bitches, really. What you're doing to us is inexcusable. Ah, so yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you know, the end is so sorrow. You know, it just happened. It was not planned. You know, so sometimes these emotions they just spring up. But anyways, other than that, we're fine. And Mia is amazing. And Mia is 6 months old, and I'm very happy about it. Really, super, 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 super happy. Love her. Love my husband, and love this life. Yeah. So I hope you have mostly such feelings as well. You don't want anyone to die. And the primary emotion and feeling towards the world today in your heart is love. Love is all. Love is all. I'll get back to you later.